the guru of Squad 00, the assassin like no other. Yes, I'm the best at what I do. One of the most notorious in YouTube anime and manga community. Don't doubt me, please just don't do. Where do I begin with this chapter 135 no Souma review? Yes, I had to do another one because there's some stuff I need to talk about. I'm pretty sure no one else who is doing reviews on no Souma is talking about it, right? Because y'all know I come in critical. And it's not me. Obviously, I don't hate the series, okay? I am caught up. I read the manga. So, obviously, there are things I enjoy about the series, things that are very good about the series. Now, with that being said, let's get into it. I'm not going to fall for it. I will not fall for the intended, obvious trying to portray hype. I won't fall for it. That's the first thing I gotta say. So many people want to fall for the hype. The hype is so obvious, it's ridiculous. It's almost pathetic how obvious the hype is. Now, hype is a good thing when it's done properly. And what I mean is, it has to be backed up. If it's not backed up, then it's just meaningless puffing up of a hot air balloon full of holes, mind you. What am I talking about? When I think of series like One Piece, Magi the Labyrinth of Magic, Toriko, The God of High School, the Baki series, Hajime no Ippo. Okay, these are all ongoing series to this point. When I think about series like those, they are massively hyped. But what the manga could do is that they explain stuff. They explain to the point of where the hype is justified. The problem with Shokugeki no Souma is there is no explanation, so why should there be hype? That's justifiable anyways. You're just putting paint on a wall to where the paint won't stick. It's just gonna rain afterwards and wash it away. That's exactly where no Souma's at. Hopefully this will change. Hopefully we'll start getting explanations. And that's where next chapter seems to be headed. One can only hope at this point with no Souma, because so far to this point, absolutely nothing of significant importance has really been explained in the story. The only things that have significant importance have been a few backstories. Hayama Akira, the copy dude, I can never get his name right, Mamasika, whatever his name is. We got a bit of Yukihiro Soma's, we need more of his crap. Kurikiba, you know, the Mad Dog, we got pretty much his junk. Nakiri Alice, okay, we've gotten different ones. Now we still don't know about Hisako. She's getting hers. You know, we getting stuff. But other than that, Shinomiya, other than that, we don't know anything. We know, once again, nothing about the Elite 10. Nothing. And I mean nothing about the Elite 10. Oh, we got a little bit of Kugler before he entered the Elite 10 last year. But nothing. Nothing about the backstories. No, we got nothing. We know barely any characterization of characters. Barely anything. But now we're just throwing into the fire just like it's all casual. Just because they're the Elite 10. That doesn't justify Jack. You got to explain some crap. You don't just throw us into the fire without giving us some flame retardant suits. We're just thrown into the fire and just supposed to be consumed by hype. No, I'm not buying it, man. I'm not buying it until there is a reason to be hyped up. I'm just not going to do it. That's how I get down. That's how I get down. I'm consistent with this, but for those who know and have seen other reviews, I am consistent with this, okay? I am hugely consistent about there needing to be explanation, about there needing to be proper literature. This is heading in the right direction. Heading hasn't gotten there. The destination hasn't arrived. The GPS is still saying we need to go whatever the route is. Okay. Getting that out the way. Now, again, just like is become so common throughout the entirety of the series thus far with no Souma, almost nothing happened. When it comes to actual plot progression, almost nothing happened. Now, it takes like 4 or 5 chapters for some legitimate series content to happen generally in no Souma, except for the occasional chapter 2 that actually drops a decent amount of content in the chapter. It reminds me of Bleach, except no Souma definitely isn't as abysmally slow paced as Bleach usually is. Okay? Very little content. Very little. Like, come on. Yo, we barely moved. They want to act like we moved. We moved on from the Moon Banquet Festival, however you want to say it. Just casually just moved on from there. No real conclusion. Oh, we got, okay, in this area they finished up. What about Souma and the conclusion with Kuga? No, let's just write that off. Let's just forget about that. So, we have all this fierce competition, and we're just going to completely just dismiss that now. What is that? What was the whole point of, what, 5 chapters? Well, now, we're just going to dismiss the conclusion like it's not important because Nakiri Azami shows up on the field. And mind you, it's my second favorite character in the series, but it doesn't negate the problems that it presents to the story. Remember I mentioned the paradigm shift if you saw my last review, okay? If you saw my last review, I mentioned about the paradigm shifts, and this is the problem I was talking about. You got to complete a story, man. You can't just be jumping. You just can't be making, you know, just burning the bridge. Well, actually, it wasn't burning the bridge. The bridge was never built. So, I don't care if it sounds like I'm upset. I'm not. I'm just being very vocal about some of the issues that others won't address because they fanboy. Just keeping it real for the people. I'm not going to do that. I'm not a fanboy of anything. So, all that hype that was on Kuga and Souma, gone. Gone. And everybody's okay with that. Come on, man. Come on, dog. Nah, bruh. Nah, bruh. All that hype with the first seat, almost gone. Now his relevance is that he's one of the 6 that decide to put Nakiri Azami into the position of power. That is the director. Excuse me. You got to complete junk. I will keep hammering that point home till people understand it. You got to complete a story, man. This isn't just pure entertainment like people want to imagine. Literature doesn't work like that. Art doesn't work like that. You've got to feel in the whole thing. It's like if you ever seen the Food Network channel and you've seen the show Chopped. There's other shows too, but I'll use the show Chopped. There's presentation, taste, or flavor, however you refer it, and creativity. Oh, you can have presentation and flavor, but the execution can be... and vice versa. I can go on all those scenarios. You got to have a full plate, baby, and a full plate is not being presented. It's very applicable with No Soma being a cooking manga, okay? Cooking and comedy manga, I should say. Now, getting to the nitty-gritty of the chapter, because, again, nothing really happened. All that happened is news spread, like... And it just so happens it correlates with One Piece and news spreading with Luffy and all that jazz. But the news spread was a zombie being back. Oh, he was vanished. He was banished, excuse me. Not vanished, banished. That's another problem. We don't know why. We know nothing about this dude. This dude just came out of blue, and we have no explanation. We don't know why he was banished. So there's all this hype about him being banished, but we don't know jack. Arena hasn't explained anything about her father. Zero. I'm about to get to her. Because, let's see, 5 characters to get to in this chapter. There's, of course, Nakiri Azami, who I'll get to. Nakiri Arena. Oh, I'm definitely going to get on her nonsense. Yukihiro Souma, very important stuff. Hisako, very important stuff. And you got Don Nakiri Senzaimon, or however the hell you say his name. Lesser important stuff. Now, first to the Nakiri Azami. With Azami here, what we have here is a good... Actually, this was good. This was quite good, okay? This was probably the 3rd best part of the chapter. That's why, you know, I said he was the kind of the good side, or kind of in the neutral of the good side. Souma and Hisako were the good side, okay? The other two, not so much. With Azami, we have both direct and indirect characterization. Get into a bit of literature. Direct is pretty much stated and done effects. You can say that adds to the characterization of, that adds to build up, not develop, People don't understand the difference between character development and characterization. Characterization is like the various traits, attributes, and other such factors that form the mold of the character, will you? Like if you're putting a pot on the wheel or clay on the wheel and you make it into a pot, pretty much. The character development kind of is the flame of the kiln, and it kind of firms it up. But here's the mold. The characterization is the mold. You get indirect characterization because pretty much, well, actually no, Azami pretty much was saying what I said, but the others were kind of giving hints at what I was thinking. And it's like a little bit what I was thinking, but a little bit of what I wasn't thinking. They gave to what most people were thinking, and they gave to what I was thinking. Okay? What most people would think is, oh, this dude's a hypocrite, he's a flip-flop, he's being shady, da-da-da. What I was thinking is, this is just a different side. People don't understand that characters in fiction are, in many ways, mirrors of actual people. Okay? Now, reality includes fiction. It gets complicated, but whatever. People out here that you deal with every day, they're mirrors a lot of times, or they're modeled after, okay, various individuals. People are three-dimensional. They or more. They are not two-dimensional. They're not one-dimensional. They have many sides, many elements to them. Some have more, some have less. Some it's voluntary, some it's involuntary. That's just how life works. Okay? Some is chosen, some is not chosen. Get what I'm saying? When it comes to Azami, one of the reasons I instantly latched onto him, because I could see that this dude was multi-layered from the jump. From the jump. It kind of reminded me of Monkey D. Luffy. Why Straw Hat Monkey D. Luffy is one of my all-time favorite characters, because from the beginning I knew this dude had layers of an onion that had to be peeled away, various subtleties. And the same thing with Azami. He has so many subtleties to him. And in ways he's kind of the shadow, if you will, of actually Pops, Jinchiro. Okay, those two got a lot of subtleties and a lot of layers and a lot of mystery that has to be revealed, and we're just getting a small taste of that. Again, whole no summer thing. With that being said, the whole politician thing, I was thinking the whole time he got up there, yo, this dude reminds me. First we had the whole vampire thing with a few chapters before. Then last chapter, we get this whole Yakuza vibe. Now we're getting this politician vibe. Part of it is the artwork, which was excellently done on the part of the mangaka, or the illustrator, I should say, and how it depicted Azami. And it gave him the certain facial expressions and whatever. And the vibe, you could get the atmosphere, the tone of him. And then he even says, you know, I'm pretty much talking about himself as a politician. You know, he got to be the diplomacy and be amongst the people. It also gave me the Pariston Hill vibe from Hunter x Hunter. Yes, very much so Pariston, but not quite as trollish, okay? And not quite as sinister. In fact, Azami, I don't see him as a villain. In fact, I don't know if he's an antagonist or not. He likely is, but not certain, okay? And that ties in more to Souma. But with Azami, it was the neutral part. You know, it was, okay, we got a bit more on him, but, alright. Heading over toward Nakiri Arena. Oh my gosh, I'm sick of this female. Like, here's why. Okay, it's not that she's a bad character necessarily. Oh, I know Arena fanboys and fangirls will come at my head. Here's the problem. It's the portrayal of this character. I've had a problem from the beginning of the series. Because the fact is, she showcases arrogance. Now, some people will say, well, you like Kirin Ragyo and Kirin Satsuki from Kill la Kill. Yes, I do. But they back the crap up. That's their entire character. And then the layers are showcased. It's not just arrogance to be arrogant. It's not like in chapter 1. It doesn't showcase this in Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. It doesn't showcase it. But in chapter 1 of the manga, the arrogance, the cockiness, the dude was a prick. I'm talking about Edward Elric. In the same sense, Arena was almost a bitch. Pretty much. Seriously. That's how she was. And so, but the reality was she's insecure. Massively so. massively. It's been showcased so many times from Souma. Every time, the whole thing, she's just this vulnerable little girl, pretty much, that hasn't grown up. She's been this pampered, this queen. No, she's no queen. She's no princess. She's just this one that's been inflated, got all this big head, but she's small. Yes, she's got some skills, she's got knowledge, she's got the God's tongue. And, ooh, again, false hype. False hype, false hype. She's put into the Elite 10 as a freshman. Now, what I will say is the really good side about her character is that she is knowledgeable and she can teach. Okay, she's showcased at the Souma, and I think she can eventually become an instructor, possibly. Whether it be in Tutsuki or otherwise. Depends on if she graduates or not. And I still need to do that video about the future of Souma. Of no Souma, I should say. But, the thing is, her character, man, it's frustrating. It is frustrating. Her character is not developed at all. It is not. Her character just continues to be puffed up and stripped down, puffed up and stripped down. No real substance. That's the fact of the matter with Nikiri Arena, and I don't think it's going to change anytime soon till the author, the mangaka, decides to actually do something about it and actually start writing her character. When now, who is a minor character, maybe a secondary character, we're not sure. When Hisako, the same way, minor, possibly secondary character, they have more character development than one of the main, if not secondary characters. It's hard to say if she's a main character or not, but she's either a secondary character, a very high secondary character, or a main character, and yet she lacks development. Come on, man, that's unacceptable. That is not acceptable at all. And just showcased once again in this chapter. She's just this little girl who's pretty much babyfied. What happened to her? We don't know. So I'm sorry, I can't get empathetic because there is no knowledge that goes back to the points I was talking about at the beginning of this video. Now moving on. Yukihiro Souma. Souma was saying pretty much nothing in this chapter. That was surprising. That was very good. Very well done. The best character in this chapter. Souma. Didn't have to say much. He was thinking. Look, this is why I get on people that get on about shonen protagonists. Shonen protagonists are not all the same. In fact, most of them aren't the same at all. Souma thinks. When he's not being completely reckless, he thinks. Which is a great contrast. It reminds me of Luffy, but differently. It's not as, because there's other layers to Luffy's character, and in the world of One Piece that haven't been fleshed out with no Souma yet. But Yukihiro Souma, when he has chapters like this, it gives us hope for him as a protagonist. It gives us hope for his development. It gives us hope for his characterization. It gives us hope for his overall impact into the entire series. This dude, even from the beginning of the series, wasn't on one side or the other. He was doing his own thing, which is very good. I like it. Now makes a lot more sense why the mangaka, because I kept questioning, yo, why have this dude so ignorant? Makes a lot of sense now, because now he's an outsider looking in. He isn't indulgent, and he's not like Megumi. Megumi's a different story completely, okay? But when it comes to Souma, he's just, you know, it's more than being a fresh face in the academy. He's a new voice, a new possible. He's a game changer. That's kind of what Don and Kiri. I'm gonna get to him the end of the wrap of this video, and I should be wrapping up within a couple minutes because there ain't much more to say with Hisako and Don. But with Souma's the best part of this chapter, hands down. Best part, which is very good, because when the protagonist is the best part, generally means good things bode well for the story. Now with Hisako, why Hisako was so important? Hisako no longer is secretary, which means the roles. And I'm really curious between her relationship with Souma and Now. I find their relationship way more fascinating. I won't say a love triangle because I don't think Hisako has those kind of vibes with Souma. I mean, Souma has Ikumi, seemingly Arena, Megumi, that chick from the shopping district and whatnot. Even though I will say though, one of the relationship I actually back wholeheartedly. And I don't back too many. But when I do it for solid reasons. It's actually Yukihiro Souma Now. I really do, actually. Not because they're two of my favorite characters, but because of how they are. They would actually vibe well with the relationship. But another topic for a different time, a different video as well. The thing is, Hisako, I've been saying she's dangerous. Her medicinal cooking is massively dangerous. Her character in this series is massively dangerous. How the mangaka, she could actually prove to be one of the top 5 most important, I know top 10 definitely, one of the top 5 most pivotal characters in the series, because a lot rides on her. Arena needs her. She needs her. Souma has made a connection with her. Now, who I think is going to be massively important later on in the series has this infatuation. First, it was like this seemingly hatred. Now it's this infatuation with her. You got other big players. She was one of the 8, if I'm not mistaken, made it to the finals. And she came up. And we got... And then you look back at the stagiaire, you know, the waiter, the whole training arc, whatever. She was a big focus. So that was very good on the mangaka's part of having Hisako starting to become one of the main players in this series. A bit unexpected at first, but a welcome change. Because Megumi, unless Megumi starts developing at a more rapid pace, which he shouldn't if you really think about it because of their own freshmen, having Hisako kind of be the other Megumi, I guess you can say at times, which is good. Not a deuteragonist necessarily, but I don't know, maybe a tritagonist? I don't know. It'd be very interesting to see the role she fulfills, which was a really good part of Shadow. And now a lesser part. The Don, just posing, just why? And why is he so ripped? And again, we know nothing about the Don. We know nothing about his affiliations with the underworld, because I really do think he's on the underground and the whole Yakuza, whatever. This dude, and apparently, remember I was talking in the last review, if you saw the last one, manipulation. That's all I gotta say. Hopefully he'll actually explain himself. And apparently Jinchiro asked him. So Jinchiro talked to him. Remember, he got him in. He got Souma in. So we got some outside manipulation going on with Yukihiro Souma. Right now, Don Akiri, I'm sorry, he's not been fleshed out as a character, so I don't really care. Don't really care. He's an important figurehead, sure, but it is what it is. This video went a little bit longer than I anticipated. I didn't think it would be as long as the last one, but it is what it is. Had to say what needed to be said. I forgot about it. I had to add in a couple more characters into my character breakdown. And just like the last video, and sometimes I don't give a grade on these chapters because I'm really not sure how to grade these chapters. Really not. Barely any plot progression, barely any characterization and character development, but it's not like they were bad chapters. But no, Souma's focus is elsewhere. Unexpected Warner, like, comment, subscribe, tell me your thoughts. We'll see where the story leads. Hopefully, chapter 136 will be a really positive step forward. We'll get some proper explanation on some crap, not just this over blanketed cover up. And what's gonna happen with Kuga and Souma? I mean, stuff like we just got so many loose ends right now. Stuff got to start getting tied up, or at least hinted at being tied up somewhere down the line. All right, y'all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night. Peace.